Most new agency owners don't fail because they're bad at marketing. They fail because they learned the wrong things first. A few years ago, I made a video called Digital Marketing 101. Got over 1 million views, but that video was built for everyone. This one is built specifically for you, someone thinking about starting or scaling an agency, or just landing their first couple clients. Because what you actually need to know is a lot simpler than most people make it sound. Here's what actually happens when most people decide to start an agency. They go looking for what to learn first, and they immediately get buried. SEO, paid ads, email marketing, social media, content strategy, funnels, automation, AI tools, all of it feels urgent and all of it feels necessary. And before they've signed a single client, they're 6 weeks deep down a YouTube rabbit hole, wondering if they'll ever know enough to actually get started. But here's the thing. There's no shortage of information on marketing. The shortage is in knowing which parts actually matter when you're first starting out. Because the agencies that charge real money and land real clients aren't the ones who know the most about digital marketing. They're the ones who understand just a few simple frameworks and then apply them in the right order. And once you see it, everything else clicks into place. If we're just meeting, I'm Erhart. 10 years in, 3 agencies past 7 figures, tried doing it all with a team, but hated it, got rid of it all. Now it's just me, a laptop, and over 1,500 small business clients helped. And honestly, more money than I ever made when I had a team. Here's the framework. I call this the marketing master plan. 5 pillars that cover everything a successful agency actually needs to get clients and get them results. And the reason that most people struggle isn't because they're bad at this. It's because they skip the first few and jump straight into the middle, or worse, jump straight to the last one. So let me walk you through each one now. And don't worry, at the end of this video, I'm gonna link to a full step-by-step walkthrough that shows you exactly how to set all of this up from scratch. So just focus on understanding the frameworks for now. Number 1 is model. Your model is your business. This is what you're actually selling and how you're packaging it and what you're charging. Now, before you even think about getting clients, you first need something clear to sell them. For a new agency, this is simpler than most people think. You don't need 10 different services. You need one. The model I teach is what I call a simple AI agency. The idea, very straightforward. You find local businesses like plumbers, dentists, restaurants, gyms, and you sell them simple AI-powered services that solve real problems that they already have. These services are things like an AI receptionist that answers phone calls and books appointments when they're busy. Things like automated review management that builds their online reputation and gets them more Google reviews without them lifting a finger. And what I call revenue websites. These are built specifically to turn visitors into booked calls and booked clients and customers for the business. Each one of these solves a specific problem. Each one can be set up in under an hour, and each one runs automatically after that. You charge anywhere between $300 and $500 a month per client, and the software handles the ongoing delivery. Here's what this looks like in practice. If you tell a local plumber that I do SEO and ads and social media and branding and funnels, they're gonna get confused. They just don't know what they're buying. But if you tell them, hey, I set up a system that makes sure you never miss a call or lead again, and it runs automatically, well, they lean forward. That is a model. So you want to pick one service, get clear on what you're going to charge and what it delivers, and that's your starting point. Number 2 is market. Your market is who you're going to be selling to. These are going to be your potential clients, and this is where the first big mistake happens before most people even start. Most agencies say, I'll work with any small business, and I appreciate that sounds flexible, but what it signals to a potential client is that you don't specialize in anything, which means you're not the expert, which means there's no reason to choose you over anybody else. Now try something like this instead. I help local home service businesses get more booked jobs. The right business hears that, and they think, that's me. That person understands my world. You don't need to niche down forever, but when you're starting out, picking one specific type of client is one of the fastest ways to land your first few. Your outreach becomes more targeted, your messaging lands better, and you look like the obvious specialist instead of a generalist who'll work with anybody. One exception worth mentioning. If you're comfortable meeting people face-to-face, geography is a perfectly valid niche. Essentially, becoming the go-to agency in your city or even your neighborhood is a real strategy. And for a lot of people just starting out, walking into a local business can often feel a lot less intimidating than cold emailing someone that you've never even met. The key, though, is to pick one. Own it for at least the first 90 days and know that you can always expand later. Number 3, message. Your message is what you say to get a potential client's attention and to build trust and to make them actually want to talk to you and hire you. That's an important part too. But most new agency owners get this completely backwards. They talk about what they do. They talk about their services and their process and their tools. But business owners don't care about any of that. They care about one thing. What changes for them if they work with you? In other words, results. So your message needs to lead with their problem, not your solution. In other words, what are they losing right now because this problem isn't fixed? What does their business look like after you solve it? Here's a simple test. Take whatever you currently say about your agency and ask, would a business owner who's never heard of me read this and immediately think, that's exactly what I need? Well, if the answer is no, your message is about you, and it needs to be about them. M number 4, media. Media is where you show up, which channel, which method you use to get your message in front of your market. Sadly, this is where pretty much every new agency owner starts. They'll hear about some cold email strategy or LinkedIn outreach or Instagram content campaign, and then they'll just pick one of those and start firing before any of the first 3 M's are figured out. Here's what I want you to remember. Media is an amplifier. It magnifies and amplifies what's already there. So if your offer is unclear, it magnifies confusion. If your messaging is strong, however, it magnifies results. When the first 3 are solid, your model, your market, and your message, when you know what you sell and who you sell it to and what to say to them, the media choice becomes almost obvious. You just go where your specific type of client actually spends their time. Now, for most local business owners, that's pretty simple. It's typically Facebook groups, Google, local networking, direct outreach. You do not need to be everywhere. You just need to be in the right place, which is where your ideal clients are present and active. Okay, M number 5, machine. This is the one that separates agencies that stay stuck from agencies that actually scale, and most people ignore it completely when they're starting out because it feels like a problem for later. Well, it's not. Without a machine, your agency is a job. You're doing every follow-up manually. You're chasing every lead yourself. You're sending every reminder and checking in on every single client. And you will hit a ceiling fast because there's only so many hours in a day. With a machine, however, your agency becomes an asset. The follow-up goes out automatically when someone shows interest. Review requests go to your client's customers without you ever having to touch them. An AI receptionist answers calls when your client is busy, so they never lose a lead again. And your pipeline shows you exactly where every single opportunity is at any given moment. The work still gets done, you're just not the one doing it all. That's what lets one person run an agency that looks and operates like an entire team. The software I use to build that machine is high level. It handles the automations, the follow-up, the booking system, the client reporting, all in one place. It's what makes the simple AI agency model actually work without employees. And look, whether you're brand new to this or you're trying to land your first or your next client, I put together a bunch of stuff to help you hit the ground running. When you get started through the link in the descriptions below the video, you get the copy and paste templates and automations already built out, so you're not starting from scratch. You're gonna get access to the exact AI setups I use, word for word, ready to install. Client getting scripts that show you exactly what to say and when to say it. Client getting strategies covering email, social media, and in person, so you can choose whatever feels most natural. Access to a private community where you can get direct feedback and real answers to your questions. Daily coaching calls Monday through Friday, and weekly live build-it sessions where we get on together and just get it done. Whatever's blocking you, we work through it live. You get access to all of that for free when you start your free trial, and all of it is there the moment you sign up. Links in the description below. So here's how to actually use this starting right now. First of all, don't start with media. Don't pick a platform or start sending cold messages before the first 3 M's are figured out. You want to work through these in order. Get your model clear first. One service, one price, clear delivery. Then pick your market, one specific type of client for at least the next 90 days. Then build your message around their problem, not your features. Then choose one media channel where those clients actually are present and active. And as you start landing clients, build the machine that makes it all run without you having to do everything manually. Now, if any of those steps feel just a little bit confusing right now, that's completely normal. The video I'm linking at the end walks you through each one in detail so you know exactly what to do and in what order. You don't need to figure this out from scratch. But let's be honest. Most people watching this will just skip straight to media. They'll start posting or reaching out before they know what they're even selling or who they're selling to. And then they're gonna wonder why nobody's responding. The frameworks only work in sequence. The foundation has to come before the channels. There are 2 kinds of people who decide to start an agency. The ones who try to learn everything first, every platform, every tactic, every tool, and then never actually start because there's always more to learn. But then there are the other ones. The ones who get clear on 5 things, work through them in order, and land their first client before they feel ready. So let me ask you, do you want to spend the next 6 months getting ready? Or do you want to spend the next 6 months building something that actually works and gets results and gets clients? One of those options keeps you watching videos. The other one gets you clients. If you want to skip the setup and just get started, the link's in the description, gives you a free extended trial of high level plus everything I just walked you through already built out for you. The templates, the automations, the AI setups, all ready to just copy and paste directly into your account. Just click the link, start the trial, and you'll have the whole machine up and running before most people even finish watching YouTube videos. And if you want to see the complete system, the exact steps to build and scale a simple AI agency from scratch, I put together a free masterclass that walks you through the whole thing in the video that I've got linked up right here. So feel free to tap or click that now, and I'll see you in there in just a second.